Hello, everyone. This is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full time. I've been doing this with my fiance Annetta for more than 3 years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, with the title, I'm going to go ahead and talk about how we lost the $81. I'm going to go into then a different story similar to that, and then I'm going to go into the what sold. I have a different setup right now. I have to use the laptop for seeing the prices for stuff. All right, so the first thing is how we lost $81. It was from insertion fees. So I am at our item limit right now. Like, we have no more free listings that we can use. We have the $60 store option, and then the next store option is an anchor store, which I think is $360 per month. I wish there was like a middle option somewhere in between, because that's kind of what we need right now. But how that kind of happened is occasionally we will do the sell similar trick. Annetta actually does all of it, so I can't speak on it. I can't explain to you guys like the inner workings of it. But basically, you end a bunch of listings and then relist a bunch, and then it gets generates sales and stuff, or attention, or a lot of people to watch stuff out of nowhere. It works for us. So Annetta did it one time this month with about 1,000 items. But when you do that, it kind of eats up your listings for the month, because you can't just end an item and then relist it. That counts as like a new listing, which is why the sell similar works. So at some point, like a couple days ago, I realized I was trying to list something, and all of a sudden, like when you click like list button, it will say like, oh, this is it's either a free listing, or it will say like how much it costs. And I saw something say it was going to cost like 10 cents. I'm like, oh wow, we're actually out of listings this month. I asked Annetta how many times she did sell similar. She said one time. So we're going to have to wait till the end of the month. So there's 31 days in July. So we're going to have to wait till August 1st to see what's going to happen from there. Because I wasn't paying attention for it for a couple days, I thought when an item expired and we were out of listings that it would go into unsold, and I was just going to relist them when we got our listing numbers back again, and probably not do sell similar next month. But that was not the case. I went into like our stats, and I don't look at our numbers too much. That doesn't matter to me as much. That's not like the full goal. I don't like watch it like a hawk. I'm too busy doing like the listing, shipping. I'm just more focused on that, making sure we have enough money for like food and bills. But then I did see that there was $81 of insertion fees. So then I was like, okay, we have to handle this. So I actually looked at the items, because there's what, like 6 or 7 days. It's the 24th today. I think it's the 24th today. So we have today plus all the way up to the 30th and 31st, like 6, 7 days until our listings for the month renew. So I had to actually unlist a bunch of stuff that would be clocking out and renewing itself within the next 7 days, or else we would probably be hit with like another $100, $200 of insertion fees. But so that's how we lost $81. It's a big deal. It's a lot of money for us. It really is a big deal. It is a lesson learned. I thought about checking up this stuff a couple days ago when I was low on listings, but I just thought, I think we briefly like looked it up online, and it said that I was going to go into unsolds, and we were just wrong. I just should have looked it up. So that's my bad right there. I have been listing free category stuff. Well, you get it's not infinite, but you'll get like a bunch of trading cards, I think books, I think CDs. So I'm gonna list CDs today. So I have been focusing on stuff like that to list, even though I have other like board games and miniatures that are ready to list. I just need to wait to have listings. But I'm going to go into now, like I said, there was another story a year or two ago or 3 years ago where I don't think we had the store page yet. And then I listed too many items and they were renewing. And then we chose to spend like $30 to list a bunch of stuff. And within that day and a couple days after, we had some crazy good sales. This is just all, I guess, conspiracy land, where it felt like because we spent money at the time that we got a bunch of sales. And lo and behold, this week has been really good for us. So we've been constantly paying for insertion fees. So I have no like actual like what's the word, evidence for this, but it seems that this happened kind of a similar situation to us years ago. We got a bunch of sales and we spent $81 on insertion fees, and our sales have been pretty good. I don't think it was worth the 81, but I just wanted to let you know it's two little dots on like a graph. I can't fully connect them. It was just, I just thought it'd be interesting for someone to hear that, if there's other people that do eBay and watch us. All right, with all that out of the way, lesson learned. I'm gonna go into what sold today. We still had some pretty good sales for today. The first thing is going international. We have a Marvel superhero, like 1980s. What is this one? Yeah, Marvel 1984 city map, side 1 and 2. This one also kind of had like a rip in the middle. You can still lay it out and use it. people use these maps for role-playing games. This is like a superhero theme because it's Marvel. It has like a city on one side and then like a park and a bunch of buildings on the other side. This ended up going for $12.79 plus shipping. Everything's going to be plus shipping. All right, next up, I know a bit about this. So this is going to be the 6 elemental wooden tokens for Gloomhaven, the board game. This is like fantasy board game. They have a 2.0 coming out. They have Frosthaven, Jaws the Line, digital stuff's coming out. They have some of the Gloomhaven digital game. I have it for the Switch. The important part about these particular elemental tracker tokens for the board game is these are the wooden ones with, yeah, they're wooden, where current certain Gloomhaven editions, I'm not sure about the 2.0 that's coming out. I didn't have enough money to like back it. Is this something I'm going to keep an eye out for if I can get it for cheap or auction or trade someone for it? I think I don't know if just I don't know how many people have the game in their hands right now, but it is something I'm keeping an eye on. I do like the Gloomhaven series. But yeah, the Jaws of the Line, they will have these cardboard, like paper elemental tracker tokens. So like these ones end up actually being worth a little bit of money for someone. I sold this for $7.99. The Gloomhaven game has like thousands of pieces, so $8 for just 6 of 1,000 pieces shows you that someone actually cares about these wooden ones. I just happen to know that these are the wooden ones and not like the newer edition ones, which are like a cardboard cardstock type of thing. I know that was a lot on that item, but I just thought it was interesting and people would like to know because I have that weird knowledge of it. All right, moving up, Euchra. I think this is Euchra. I had to look it up. This is going to be a card game. I like to pick up playing card decks, anything kind of unique, party games. I know people still play the family games. Yeah, they're a lot of fun for people. They still play them. They don't have to be these modern games like Gloomhaven I'm talking about. People still play cards. All right, so yeah, this deck, or sorry, yeah, there's a deck in here sold for $10.80. It was used, but like really good shape, almost like someone opened it up and maybe used it once, or maybe just opened it up and never used it. All right, moving along, we have this. I'll be honest, I don't know what this is. Reco-Cut stroboscopic card right here. I think this is, I don't know, some kind of like record tuning type of thing. It looks like there's like holes for like a record and it says you like lay it on top. And I honestly don't know. I don't even remember getting this. I get a lot of stuff. I will list anything. I always get like paper ephemera. So yeah, the person was super excited for this. They ended up, we have this weird issue that happens sometimes where like we'll send an offer, the person accepts it, but then they're forced to pay the full price. And then we just like refunded a couple dollars yesterday because they were like, oh, hey, can I please get your guys' offer price? And we're like, oh yeah, that's fine. And then they were like, oh, make sure to put cardboard around this, which we will, to make sure it doesn't get bent. So other than that, I saw the person who bought this is like into records in this kind of genre. That was like their whole profile. It sold for $15.99. Other than that, I don't know much about it. I am not a record expert. It's completely out of my realm. All right, next up is going to be these. These are going to be a lot of 14 domino black train pieces. These are like a good wooden one. People love the dominoes, and also what's it? I think it's just called trains, right? Domino trains, where you set up like tracks. A lot of fun. I used to play a little bit with my like friends' grandparents. Occasionally, I would be going to their house, and there'd be a bunch of parents and grandparents playing different card games that would join in occasionally, and then like dominoes and trains, and it was just like a fun time. And I know people still do it to this day. So yeah, these are good quality train pieces. All right, these end up going for $13.43. So yeah, someone's gonna be excited about their upgraded trains. Like people are still upgrading pieces to older games, you know. So like people care about it for modern games as well. Like I was talking about, like these are the wooden elemental trackers versus the cardboard ones. All right, last up is going to be, this was a weird one because this is, well, only weird for how I stored it and how it technically went missing, but then I had another copy. So this is going to be, I don't really want to unfold it too much. Sometimes this is going to be the board only for Avalon Hill's Blitzkrieg game right here. This is just the board only. So I originally could not find my one listing. I'm like, I think I have a couple of these boards listed somewhere else. So I just took down my other listing and grabbed it. So yeah, basically one of my boards went missing. My fault for bad organizing. So, but I was lucky to have another one. I come across like these board games with like just the board or just the box or maybe some of the tokens, not all of the tokens, just the rule book and the board, missing tokens, all variations. So I was super lucky to have another one. And I also made a mistake on my listing that the person bought because I thought the map was complete and it was actually 2/3 of the map. It happened to have like a trifold, and I thought it was like a, you know, fold out like a whatever, like a Risk board where you just fold it out and there's two sides. There happened to be three. This other one I had has the full fold out of three. So I was like, okay, cool. That could have been a disaster even if I did find the one. My pictures are clear. They show what it is, but I do say, like in the title, this is the board only for Avalon Hill Blitzkrieg game. So like my description kind of is disconnected from the picture showing that it's missing 1/3 that I didn't realize at the time. So kind of I got lucky that I couldn't find it, or I misplaced it a long time ago. I listed that like 3 years ago, and to have another one that was actually in the condition that I sold it in, if that makes sense. So yeah, lots of mistakes today. Some recoverable. Losing $81 was pretty rough. I think we'll survive it, but yeah, it was kind of frustrating. I'm kind of in a spot now where, so that's everything that we sold. I'm in a spot now where I have to like just think about, we have to see what happens when the next month comes up and how many listings I do have actually left. But it's a weird spot to be in where I have to think about like insertion fees and stuff like that. And I really wish there was like a store option between the, I forget the $60 store or whatever it's called, in the anchor store. I wish there was the store with just the ship, no anchor or something like that in between. Because yeah, the only way to afford the anchor store, which I don't think we're there yet. I don't think, not now, not soon, but not never, is how I think about it. Yeah, it's just too much of a jump. We would basically have to cut out the storage fee and then have everything here, and that's just not really possible right now. So kind of in a weird spot where I want to list and I can't list everything that I want to, if that makes sense. So it's a weird problem. I thought it would take longer to run into this problem, but yeah, we'll see how next month pans out. All right, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hope everyone's having like a good week so far. Have a good one.